Hey guys, welcome to my shop. Today's video is going to be a shop tour. So I'm going to start with the tool wall and my main workbench. This is the workbench that you see in every video. It's my only workbench that I have, and I think the way that I built it is fantastic. Basically what I did was I built the workbench here with the table saw built into it. I'll show you that in a second. And then it's directly beside the tool wall, and the way that the tool wall works is from about this height down is the tools that I use on a regular basis, and then from here up are tools that I don't use very often, but when I do use them, they're right there. I can just, you know, reach, grab the hammer, grab my sander, change a battery, anything that needs be. And there's not really organization. It's just I put everything in the place that I think it would go best, and the way that it works is kind of all my hand tools here, and then some of the power tools, and with a little bit of hand tool mixed in, but mostly just power tools. Underneath the workbench and my wood vise, cheap 10-inch wood vise, works great. Underneath is my homemade dust collector. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link in the description if you want to watch that video. I took the dust collector apart because I was going to upgrade the motor, and I just haven't gotten around to actually doing that. So if I do that, then there will probably be a video to it, but I don't even know if I'm actually going to, so don't hold me to that. Then on that side is basically just extra blade storage and different hardware for jigs and stuff. Kind of miscellaneous down here, but there is some organization to all the chaos here. As well as I have my table saw right here. It's just the DeWalt saw. It's just a DeWalt compact job site saw. I chose it because it has this, it's like a knob that adjusts the fence, which is kind of cool. And then I also keep all my consumables other than screws right in this thing here. It has different glues and some finishes and stuff, so that's where I keep that. It also, because it starts to get really cold here during the winter time, I can pick it up. There's a handle right here. I can pick it up and bring it in the house to make sure that none of my glues freeze, because that would then make them no longer good. So this is my bandsaw area. Basically, it's directly beside my workbench, so when I'm done cutting something, I can just toss it that way or place it right on the bench right here. I have the Grizzly G00 LANV Anniversary Edition bandsaw. It's 14-inch, sorry. It's a fantastic saw. I do have a review video on it, so if you want to go check that out, I will leave a link in the description. One of the biggest things that you need to do when you have a bandsaw is have a garbage can directly beside and slightly underneath the bed of the bandsaw, because when you cut all those little pieces off that you're never going to use for anything. You can just toss them right into the garbage can, and it saves you a lot of time and a lot of mess to clean up. So that's one thing there. This is where the dust collection comes down. There's a dust port right here. Usually I just reach right underneath here, open it up. Dust collector will already be on, do my cutting, shut it off, you know, whatever. And dust collection goes to the saw, comes up here, then comes all the way across the tool wall, and then comes across. That's actually where I store all of my wood, is up there. Anything that's big enough to, or small enough to put up there, I put up there, and then anything that's too big just stays directly beside my table saw here. But anyways, so the dust collection comes all the way across and down to where my dust collector is. So now we're going to talk about my dust collector. Basically, dust collector runs to the three main machines that I use, which are the miter saw, the table saw, and the bandsaw. Each different saw has a shutoff for the dust collector, or a dust port to shut off the suction, so I will get the maximum amount of suction for each machine. This is the Harbor Freight 2 horsepower dust collector. They don't have Harbor Freights in Canada, but I do live right across the border from Detroit, and it's only about an hour-long round trip to go to Detroit to a Harbor Freight, get a dust collector, and come back. Right above the dust collector is my clamp storage, so I have my F clamps, my squeeze clamps, and my bar clamps / pipe clamps here. Directly beside the dust collector is my planer / compressor cart. My compressor is underneath, and it just makes it a lot easier for the compressor and the planer to be together. It's very portable because it is on wheels, and I can just roll it around wherever I need to use these machines. So I definitely recommend, if you have a DeWalt planer like this, make a cart like this, or you could even make a flip top cart. But I didn't really have the time to make a flip cart one, so I went with this, and it seems to work out fantastically. On the side here is where I keep all of the attachments for the compressor, and also all the brad nails that I use. Alright, so this is my miter saw station with a dust hood. Up here is just miscellaneous storage. It's kind of a mess right now, and it's kind of always a mess, so I figured I'd show it that way. This is where I keep all my pencils, my ruler, so if I have to do any small cuts, I can just whip the ruler out. Also, there is a tape measure in here, and then I have miscellaneous storage above it as well. Basically, this dust chute hood here allows me to do 45 degrees or more, actually 50 and 60 degrees of travel in a miter, and then on a bevel I can go a full 45 either way if I take off this piece here and this piece here, which are just held down by 4 screws each. The dust port here is on the bottom. All I have to do is pull this piece of wood off of the actual dust port, and it'll suck enough air to the point where there is not much airborne dust, and it kind of just sucks everything back there. So works out great. Very happy that I built it, and I definitely recommend you build a dust hood for your miter saw. One thing to note is when you have a miter saw, the reason why I put it in the right in the middle of the entire garage is because I have enough room to the point where it can go all the way to the garage, or I can even open the garage if I have to. And then on that side, it goes all the way past my lathe, and I think it's 10 feet that way and unlimited feet the other way. So I definitely recommend you have enough room if you have a miter saw. Now we're moving on to the lathe and storage here. So underneath the lathe is just miscellaneous storage. I have no reason to show you guys that. Last project I did was my bowl video, so if you want to check that video out, again, I'll put a link in the description. Lathe is the Rikon mini lathe. I think it's 12-inch. Fantastic lathe. Definitely recommend it if you have $500 to spend on a smaller lathe. Clamp storage on the side of the dust hood there, and then on the wall is all my lathe tools and lathe accessories. Something that's not in very many videos is this section of garage here. This is my father's section. This is where he keeps all his tools and miscellaneous stuff. I have the first 3/4 of the garage, and he has the last quarter. Thankfully, he allowed me to take over his garage, and it's much appreciated. So if you're watching, Dad, thank you. I also store my belt sander there, and when I need to use it, I just throw it on top of my workbench, and it makes it quick and easy to use. So that's it for the shop tour video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, leave some comments, let me know what you think. If you have any questions, if you want me to go over something that I missed that you saw, or if you want me to go more in depth on something like my flow or my miter saw hood or whatever it is, I'll probably go over it if somebody asks. Also, I have Twitter and Instagram where I do post different pictures and stuff to notify you when I've posted a YouTube video, and stuff that I don't actually post on YouTube will be on those other social medias. So if that interests you, go follow me over there and we'll have some fun on those platforms. If you guys are new here, please subscribe. I really enjoy seeing new faces, and actually I'm getting really close to 300 subscribers, so that's pretty exciting. 300 subscribers is pretty amazing, and I wanted to thank everybody who is new and who is enjoying the content that I make for you guys. So that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright. Hey guys, how's it going? Hey guys, how's it going? I hope, hey guys, welcome to this... No. Oh, I didn't see you there. I crack myself up sometimes. Jesus Christ.